Inside. He's inside. Unless by he, Zoe means one of the many sparrows or squirrels that seem to find their way into our chimneys, or are simply part of Zoe's make-believe world, there's only one person it can be. Dad. We are too far away from everything and everyone at Bug House. No other soul has any reason, or the lack of sense, to come up here. The thought makes me shudder with an odd combination of fear and hope. Zoe hadn't answered me when I asked the inevitable who. She'd simply rolled over and gone back to her nap. As much as I love my siblings, sometimes I don't. They love horror movies. The gorier, the better. So they know how to scare people. They probably know this house better than Mom and I put together, because they're constantly slipping in and out of the rooms while playing hide-and-seek. Often I'll be reading by candlelight, and one will simply appear at the foot of my bed without having made a single noise on the staircase. Or Zoe will pop her head out of the hamper when I go to retrieve the laundry. Avery's a little sadistic and likes to play games with the bloody props we find all over the house. Yesterday, she left a bloody eyeball in my water glass. So sometimes alone is better. When Zoe drifted back to sleep, clutching Golly, I got on my hands and knees and ran a finger over the wet spots on the dusty floor. Then I panned the room for evidence that some watery ghost had been leaving wet footprints in the nursery, only to discover a glass of water on Adam's bedside table. He has a habit of filling glasses until they are impossibly full, so they spill when he carries them. Adam isn't always the most sure-footed of kids, and as he's been growing, he's constantly tripping over his big clown feet. I walk back to the main part of the house, my skin skittering with shivers. Things are always a little off in Bug House, but now something feels even more so. Someone is here. I can feel the presence. Wind rustles through plastic. I peer over the mahogany railing at the entrance to the burned-out wing. The tape hasn't held, leaving a gaping hole, and the curtain is billowing wildly in the air as dried leaves scatter across the parquet floor. Dad. I lay my hand on the railing and guide myself down the worn stair treads, but I only make it the first 2 steps before I see them, reflecting the small bit of daylight that has managed to find its way into the home. Bits of dirty slush and pine needles from the outside trailing across the floor. Footprints. Real human footprints. This time there's no mistake.